Hey guys, Ultimate Deadpool here. I know it's a little bit later than usual, but I figure all three of these are those same type of figures that I've been reviewing lately. Got Pennywise, uh, Jason, and then Roy Burns. So we're gonna go all through each one of these individually. Um, and again, if you guys do not like scary images, blood and guts, or anything of the sort, please do not watch this video because, again, I do not want parents writing me saying that their kid had nightmares because of this video. So please, if you guys don't like blood and guts or scary characters or anything, please don't watch this video. And without further ado, let's jump right into things. Alright, so first off is Pennywise. So, again, great box work. I actually didn't notice this, but they actually say who made the boxes underneath it. So, huge shout out goes to Randy Falk, Stephen Falcon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these guys' names right. Andrina Smith, Kyle Wendricks, Trevor Grove, Gregory Tape, John Wardle, um, and then Stephen Marisaric, and Chris Marino. I don't know if I pronounced any of those names correct, but again, this is a really, really cool figure. I'm not even big on Pennywise. He was an okay character. The movies that have him are okay. I did see it Chapter 2, and it wasn't bad, but so I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we'll jump right into things. Okay, so first off, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I'm actually going to take the heads out first, and then review those separate to the figure. Because, again, I'm not going to change the heads out a whole lot, because I don't want them to break, the neck piece to break. So you got the stern, crap kind of face. Really good sculpt work. It looks really good. And then the detail on the face is just spot on. I think this looks really, really good. I was going to have this as his standard face, but I do like the smiling face a little bit better that he already has on. And then the second face that he's got is the unhinged monster jaw looking thing. That was pretty cool too. So I'm probably not going to use this face either. I'm just going to keep the one that he's got on him now. He also has the paper boat of the SS Georgie, which I don't think Pennywise should actually have. I think that should be saved for Georgie, but you know what? Who am I to judge? So it's not bad. It's pretty good mold. It looks like it's paper. So, alright, so there's Pennywise, the dancing clown. He does have two extra hands. One is the opposite side of this open hand. And then the other one is this one. So they made some bold claims on the box saying, and it shows that the figure can in fact hold the balloon up straight, just like this, and the balloon won't bend over side to side. That's a big bold claim, and I want to find out if that's actually true. So let's do that off camera. It's not doing so bad, but most of that is resting on his head. So I think you're actually supposed to pull the string down just a little bit more. About, I'd say about right there, maybe. So I think it's actually supposed to be about half and half. So for like weight distribution. So now that it's actually where it's supposed to, it does actually hold up better than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be oh yeah, we have a bold claim, then it doesn't do shit. So, this guy has a lot of moving parts. The ruffles on here move. His forearms and inner forearms move. The frills around his wrists also can turn. His torso can move side to side. This neck thing comes off, his head can turn, his legs can turn, the deals around his legs can turn, his actual feet. His feet don't move. I mean, I'm sure they can. Oh, there he goes. But I don't want to move him too much because I don't want to break this. This is going to be one of those display characters for my Nerd Wall collection. So, Pennywise is just going to kind of stand around looking like that. So, that's about it for Pennywise. Really great detail as always. These things, I cannot stress enough, the amount of detail that they put on these things is just unbelievable on such a small scale. So anyway, we're going to go on to the next character. Okay, next up we have Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. And now, I know Jason wasn't really a big part of this movie, but for some reason they still made him a character. So let's go ahead and open him up. Okay, so Jason has 3 interchangeable heads. He has a tombstone, just like Part 2's Michael Myers. He's got a not to scale double-sided battle axe. That is like a scale for a Lego figure. I don't think that this is to scale for the actual character or the figure. And it is, the blood on it just doesn't work for me. I think what they tried to do was they tried to make it look like, but instead it just looks like a red double-sided axe with a silver stripe in between it. So the other heads that he's got is this one, which is what he actually does look like in the movie for the time that Jason's actually in the movie. So this is the one that I'm probably going to go ahead and keep him, switch him out with, because the worm eyes just don't look right. He's got this other head, which is kind of cool, actually. It looks very weird. This is supposed to be, I guess this is supposed to be like if Jason was still alive and survived Part 4, getting a machete to the side of the face, which you would never ever survive half the shit that Jason gets hit with. But I think this is just if you wanted to have Jason still alive and still, completely retconning Roy Burns entirely, this would be the head that you would put on him. And now that I think about it, I might actually put this head on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And he has this extra head, and I don't know why they added this, because I don't remember this at all in Friday the 13th, Part 5. For some reason, they gave him this updated hockey mask looking thing. And I don't think that this fits Jason Voorhees at all. I don't like this head, so he's not going to have it on him at all, because it just does not look like something Jason would actually wear. It looks like something Uber Jason would probably wear. So let's go ahead and remove Jason. So you can kind of see now why I don't think the worm eyes thing works. So I am going to switch his head out with, for now, I'm just going to put the non-worm eye version of this one on. So, Jason's now headless. And he's now got the new, much grimier looking mask without the worms. So, in Friday the 13th Part 4, Jason's hand, his right hand, well, left hand gets slashed in the dead center of it, between the his ring finger, and his middle finger. And they added that to this Jason. And for some reason, I don't know why they added it to this. You would think this would be something that they added for, part four's Jason. But either way, this still has a lot of really cool details on it. Really nice, really nice hand or interchangeable hand. But I don't think this would be something that a lot of people would use on this version of Jason, because even though this is a really cool figure, Jason Voorhees doesn't really show up hardly at all in Friday the 13th Part 5, because he shows up for like flashback moments, but that's about it. I mean, it's mostly Roy Burns doing what Jason does. And I don't think people are going to really put that hand on Jason just because, technically this is what happened in part 4. It's, technically still still in canon with part 5, even though technically part 6 retconned all of that, because Jason has, his entire full hand in parts, 6 through 10. So, they never really go back to that slash in the hand, nor do they go to the back, and nor do they add the stab in the knee, because in part 3 he gets stabbed in the knee, and they kind of retconned that away in part 4. But so honestly, again, this is a really cool detailed figure. The mask is probably one of my favorite parts of this character, because it looks so gross, but it's really so simple. Like, it looks completely nasty. And then the machete mark on the side of the head is just gross, as well as the axe part on the top of his head as well. This is hands down obviously meant to be a very disgusting Jason Voorhees, but that's just because he's supposed to have been dead for, like, I think in the first flashback or the opening scene of the film, he was supposed to be dead for at least a year. And this, honestly, you can feel that that is what was supposed to have transpired. He looks like he has been dead for about a year, just in this mask. Now, if you were to have, the much cleaner one, if you were to put him in this one, you basically retconned the entire Friday the 13th Part 5 movie, because this is still a very clean mask despite the blood trickling down his face, or trickling down his mask, and all the red on the side from the machete wound. But this is still, if Jason Voorhees actually survived part 4's machete to the side of the face. And I think that's why they made that head, was in case, you wanted to have, part 5 as actual Jason, not Roy Burns type thing. I think that's what they wanted to go for with this, and I think they nailed it. I think if people who did not like part 5's movie, or the part 5 movie, wanted to have an actual Jason from that movie, then that's what they did. I think they did that if that's the case, they did a really good job with it, and this is honestly a really cool figure. Again, very posable, just like all the other ones. And I've spent way too much time on this Jason, so on to Roy Burns himself. And last but not least is the copycat Jason, Roy Burns. So there's Roy. He's got probably the most accessories that I've ever seen one of these things have. So again, great box work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open them up. Okay, so Roy Burns has so many accessories. He's got a train spike. He's got I don't even know what this is. It looks like some kind of like spear Spartans would use. So hold on. So he's got this spear-looking thing that looks like something a Spartan would use. He's got a road flare, a cleaver, a knife, hedge trimmers, and then the belt and the stick from, hands down, one of the most gruesome kills in Friday the 13th history. And I never noticed something, but this character, Roy, has a green jumpsuit, but yet in the movie it was blue. So maybe it just looked just like Halloween. It looked blue on camera, so they left it blue. Or it looked blue on camera, but it's actually green type thing. But that is clearly blue. Well, I mean, it looks green on, or it looks blue on camera, but it's actually green. It's like a dark, like navy-ish teal color green. I can't really describe it very well, but it definitely is green. It's not blue. So I always thought it was blue. So, but they kind of looked at blue in the video game. So I think this is actually just a mismold or a mistaken mold that they took. So I don't know. But the design again still looks really good. I don't really like the wound that they put on his chest. Even though it does happen to him at the very end of the movie. But I don't know. I don't know. All in all, he looks really good. They have all the detail work on there as much as they can. And this one, you can actually take the hockey mask off, and you can see Roy Burns' fake Jason head and face. And then the mask itself looks pretty good. So, again, look how much detail they added to this. They added all the silver stitches that you see on the strap of the mask. And I think that is hands down probably one of the coolest little features, because it doesn't make sense to add it, but it makes the perfect sense in the world to use it. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense to you guys. Basically, it's not something that you would normally, what anybody would care about, except like hardcore collectors. Like, if someone were to try to sell these things, 17 years or even 70 plus years or something from now, and you were to give it to like a hardcore collector who, quote unquote, grew up watching these things, then they would pay attention to as much detail. And I think that's why they added a lot of these details in, is because this is not aimed towards children. This is aimed to adults. This is aimed to people who grew up while these movies were being made. So I think that's what they went for when they were making these action figures. And that is by far one of my favorite parts about these things, is the amount of detail that they're able to get on such a small scale. Because these things are only 7 inches tall, but they get like next level details on these things. So I realize Jason Voorhees already has a machete, but you know what? Screw it. Give Roy Burns a machete. When I put him on the display piece, I might give him a different weapon. But for now, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to keep him, with the machete. I realize Roy doesn't really use a machete a whole lot in the movie. He uses a abundance of pretty much everything. But Jason Voorhees is well known for freaking using a machete, and I realize Roy is not actually Jason, but you know what? In that particular movie, they were both played by the same actor, because the studio was too lazy to get somebody else, or better yet, save the franchise by giving Kane Hodder the entire control of the role, which is what they did in Part 7, and it completely made everything so much better, even though the movies still kind of sucked. Even though I do like Part 7. Part 7 is probably one of my favorites, but that's just because of Jason's look. So again, you can pose these things really well. Roy has 2 interchangeable hands. He's got the flat hand like this. He's got the clenched fist, or hand-holding weapon. Weapon-holding hand on this side. So again, he's probably going to only have like one weapon or something, just like all the other ones. Again, really great detail. Um, props goes to whoever makes these things. They do such a good job. But come on, guys, make Part 7's Jason already. You would get so much detail out of that thing. It would not even be funny. But I think that's the biggest problem with Part 7's Jason is there's actually too much detail to get. But they make... Sorry, I'm tired. They make like 1/4 inch or 1/4 scale characters. You can put so much more detail on those. Make frickin' Part 7's Jason, god damn it. But anyway, that's about it for this video. Roy, Jason, and Pennywise are all going to go on my Nerdwall shelf next to Freddy, Michael Myers, and Michael Myers. So, I'm sure I'm going to do another one of these videos tomorrow because the Predator is supposed to be here. And then Ash is supposed to be here on Saturday. And I don't know what's coming after that. Anyway, I got more of these things coming. Roy actually came in the mail. Jason and Pennywise were purchased at Walmart. So you can. That's where I mainly get these things is Walmart. But mostly I ordered them offline. So, which I'm probably gonna regret later. Anyway, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys do like watching these type of videos, another one will, like I said earlier, will most likely be coming out tomorrow, and it will be the Predator from Predator, obviously. And Saturday I'm probably gonna do another one, and it's gonna be Ash. I'm still trying to get the Deadpool Mad Max miniseries kicked off the ground. I realize there's already one section of it done, or one small episode of it done, but trust me, there's many more to come. That's about it, and I will see you guys all later on Ultimate Deadpool Studios. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.